Welcome back, folks. Oh, I did it again, didn't I? Welcome back, viewers. Okay, Sean, can we pull up the comment by Angela over here? One of our viewers commented, says, you are getting us drunk. We play a drinking game where we have to take a drink every time you say folks.
I want in on this game. I do. I wonder if the big boss man will allow me to have a drink, and I have to take a drink every time you say folks.
Bring your own beer.
Big boss man, if it's cool, next week, it's martini time. It's CVT Weekly News.
Well, we'll look into that. That might be interesting. And we also might end up having, Sean says bring it.
You ready for it, Sean? Yeah.
We also might be having a pancake eating contest next week. Either next week or the week after that. Not you and I, me and Sean.
I know, but pancakes don't get you drunk. Anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about right now.
No, we're not.
We are here to talk with our good friend Tim here. We are here to talk about your show.
Good afternoon, folks.
Yes, thanks for coming on. We appreciate it. Now, why don't you tell us, the audience, a little bit about yourself, because we might not have all the same viewers.
Okay, very good. Thank you for the opportunity, and thank you for having me on today. I'm Tim Thiessen, and last Wednesday we launched our first show. It's Tim Thiessen Live right here on CentralValleyTalk.com. And it's going to be, I'm a licensed realtor and a farmer all of my life, and so we're going to be talking real estate, we're going to be talking business, and really showcasing a lot of businesses in the Valley, businesses that people don't know that much about. Mm-hmm. And we have some very large employers here that are really not getting positive press, which they need, and they are the job creators in our valley, and that's what drives our economy, whether it's real estate and everything else. Mm-hmm. And also, I was most recently a candidate for state senate. That's how I learned to know Mike Briggs, the owner of the station here, and Mike was so gracious about trusting me with my own show, and I really do appreciate that. And so we're going to be talking politics too, but in our business environment, real estate and everything else that we do, politics is becoming just an integral part of it. And so we're going to really showcase and bring forward some stuff. Another segment we're going to do about once a month, I want to bring on a lot of folks from you were talking about hunger a few minutes ago, mm-hmm. our local nonprofit charities that are doing a tremendous job out here. And the charities that are really operating through the community, by the community, without any help from the government, and there's a lot of those going on right now, and we're going to bring them in and really try to ramp up and get people from Fresno and the Valley and from California to really come on board and support our charities. This valley has so many needs, and we're a generous people here. We really are, and we want to just promote that and get people on board to help those around us that really have true needs nowadays.
Definitely. I mean, there's a lot of people out there who need the help. It's great to help them. Mm-hmm. Now, I'm curious, considering it was your first show, who was your guest? How did it go?
Okay, our last week, our first guest, we'll talk about the last show, and then we'll showcase what's coming up for us. Wednesday is going to be this coming Wednesday is going to be a real treat also. My first guest was Carrie Clausen from Macmillan Lending, and her office is in Kingsburg, and very experienced with first-time buyers, and buyers really of all classes. But Carrie and we talked about accessing loans and what you need to do, and you're a realtor also, so you understand that this is a big part of the equation. How do you obtain the funds to go ahead and close and purchase a property, whether it's your first home or your step-up home or investment properties? And so that went very well. And then my second guest was Jeffrey Bowen from Fresno. He's an immigration attorney, and that's one thing on my show that we're going to be doing, folks, is we're going to take on the subjects that nobody else wants to deal with, and really get some positive input and some dialogue going, whether I disagree with my guest or agree with them really has nothing to do with it. We want to really get all points of these issues on the table. Knowledge is what enables all of us to make good decisions, whether it's in our everyday life, in our business, or most importantly, up box come election time again. And so we want to bring a lot of knowledge, and I'm going to learn a lot on my show too. There's guests that I'm bringing on I've never met before, and go from there. My final guest on Monday was Felina Sutton at 99.3. She was legislative aide for Congressman Costa when he was still state senator in the 16th district. And just a disclaimer for those of you out there that don't think I'm open-minded is Felina and I are on opposite sides of the aisle politically. Mm-hmm. But we're good friends. We had a great time and sat and talked some of the issues, and we can agree and disagree and agree to disagree. And once again, it's all about having mature adult dialogue about the issues so we know what's going on and everyone's entitled to their opinion. That's First Amendment stuff here. This coming Wednesday is going to be a real treat. My first guest is going to be Carol Isaac from Guarantee Real Estate in Reedley, one of my co-workers, and very experienced. She's a veteran in the industry. Carol is a very nice lady, and she really is a lady of integrity that I really respect, and she's going to bring her point of view, what's going on with real estate in the Valley. And she works out of the Reedley office for Guarantee, but she has a huge sphere of influence. She sells a lot of homes in Fresno and Clovis and all over the Valley, so she's going to bring a great perspective. My second guest is going to be John Hudson from the Fresno Nuclear Energy Group. And we're going to talk about, this is the group that's putting together proposals to put nuclear power plants in the Valley to generate electricity. And this is going to be a very, very interesting subject. Nuclear power has received a very bad stigma. And we're going to talk about why, for instance, countries like France that have a very green agenda, no question about it, they're very liberal politically, but yet, 90%, almost 90% of their power now is generated in nuclear plants.
Wow.
And so there's a lot of pluses to this for our valley. And most of all, for you, the consumer out there, your power rates will be less under a nuclear energy program because it's so cheap to produce. And versus what we're going into a high period of costs now through AB 32 and other things that are starting to kick in is going to be an energy tax that all of us are going to pay. The people that are going to suffer the most from AB 32 are going to be our business owners and in our working poor. The lower income levels of folks in our valley, especially in California, are going to see huge increases, the path that we're on right now in their power rates and gas transmission and everything else. So it's going to have an impact. And so we're bringing John Hudson on, and this is going to be an exciting program. We're going to finish up Wednesday's show with Valerie Peroni. She is the chairman and manager of the Greater Reedley Area Chamber of Commerce, and we're going to talk about activities they have coming up, the Blossom Trail, which they sponsor, and a lot of springtime events, and they have some fundraisers. And then we're going to spend a couple of minutes, time permitting, talking about some issues that are affecting the folks in the Reedley area, Greater Reedley, Dinuba area down there in the South Valley. So a lot of good things. And if there's anyone that has a business that you'd like to showcase, issues in your community, this show, we will take them on. And so you can contact me here at Central Valley Talk, Tim at centralvalleytalk.com. Just shoot me an email, and we'll try to get you on. And whether it's a concern that you have about something that's going on that's affecting your business or your job or whatever it is, please contact us. And that's what we're here to do, is just to bring a lot of issues in California and the Valley to the forefront.
Definitely. Sounds like a great show, doesn't it, folks? I asked the cameras if I'm expecting a response from a live audience.
Well, I'll agree with you. It's going to be a great show, Jason.
I think it will be.
I do too.
So we're going to have a lot of fun with this. So
now, Sean, were you able to pull a clip for us or no? Yeah? Okay, let's take a look at a clip from your show, and then we'll come back and take a commercial break soon.
Okay, welcome back. Our first guest today is Carrie Clausen. She's from the Parlier area, born and raised there, and she works from Mill and Lending out of Kingsburg office. And Carrie, welcome. You're a lender, and very important issue that we have to deal with in the Valley right now as far as folks trying to buy a home. And so if you would, just introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about yourself and what you're doing.
Hey, I'm Carrie Clausen with McMillan Lending, and we have an office in Kingsburg and one in Parlier, and we do pre-qualing and home loans for people in the Valley. And it's just really an exciting time to buy a home. There's a lot of great deals out there, and lending isn't as hard as you think. You just need to get in there and take the chance and get pre-qualified.
Very good. Carrie, when I met you a couple of years ago, and that was through clients that I had met that are already existing clients of yours, and that's really where you and I started our relationship in real estate, and you on the lending side and myself on the sales side, and how things have really evolved. The market was just really starting to get tough 2 years ago, and it's continued to get tougher for a lot of folks. We're plagued now with foreclosures and short sales and everything else, but I just want to really, I brought you on today to let folks know that if you are qualified to buy, you can buy, and
Absolutely.
and feel free, folks, too, on your screen, you're able to ping in any questions that you have for Carrie or for me regarding what it takes to buy a home and what it takes to get into a home. So if I came to you and brought you a client like I do quite often, Carrie, what's the first thing that they need to do and need to be aware of as they start a process?
Well, basically, you need to get your paperwork together. You need to get your 2 years tax returns, your W-2s, 1 month's pay stubs, and 2 months bank statements. There are several programs out there. There still is a first-time home buyer program, which is 100% financing. You can get the seller to pay your closing costs. As long as you have a 640 FICO and above, you can get qualified. And it's not really, it takes about 15-20 minutes. We pull your credit report and you get a copy so you can see what your credit is. And that's usually where we start, so you can, if you have any issues, then you can fix them so that you can get something in the future.
Carrie, one question that comes up, because a lot of folks are really struggling now and they've lost jobs, and a lot of folks and some of our clients, our mutual clients that we're working with right now have gone through this process where they may have lost a home, or they've really been on tough times, and they're trying to get their feet back under them. What's the time frame that you really need? Say you've come up, let's start with bankruptcy. Say you filed bankruptcy. What kind of time frames are we looking at? What do you really need to do to repair your credit and get back on track, to get back into the market?
Basically, out of a bankruptcy, it's 2 years is the rule of thumb, and you need to start your credit again and have good payments after your bankruptcy, and then after 2 years, you can qualify for a loan. If it's a foreclosure, they're looking at 3 years, or a short sale, they're looking at 3 years, and then you can start purchasing.
All right, folks. Hope you enjoyed that little segment from Tim's show.
Yes.
Yes, Tim Thiessen Live. And
every Wednesday,
every Wednesday,
at 3
folks.
p.m.
Wednesday from 3 to 4, so be sure to check it out, folks.
Right, and if you miss it at 3 to 4, the replay is at
9 p.m.
9 p.m.
Wednesday. Yeah,
Wednesday night.
I also want to thank Sean for helping me get the show off the ground and everything. He put me into the 6-hour loop through the weekend, so we had a lot of people able to chime in and watch the show, so I really appreciate that.
Yeah, Sean is definitely the miracle worker, isn't
Sean's
he?
the man, most definitely. So.
All right, now there was one question that came through. Was it Craig?
Yeah, we already answered that.
Oh, we did? Oh, okay.
Perfect.
All right, folks. Well, sorry. All right, viewers.
That's another beer.
We're going to go ahead and take a break right now, and we'll be right back with the Fresno Dance Collective.